They lead 69-53. Grant, Rhino, and Ryan, I got to tell you, that's a hell of a statement for Sacramento in the first 24 minutes. They outscore the Knicks 30-23 in the first, and they put 39 up on the board in the second against the Knicks 30. And the reason why I say that, this is a defensive-oriented Knicks team. And for Sacramento to score almost 70 points and a half, that's big time.
Yeah, it is big time. I mean, granted, the Knicks did not shoot well whatsoever, and I wouldn't say it's because of Sacramento's defense, but considering Fox had low numbers in the first half, the national TV stage, big showing for the Kings.
Yeah, Monk was huge off the bench with
Yes.
17. I mean, he was just unbelievable. 6 of 7. He made all 4 of his threes. And that's another thing. If you are looking at this game with 1 half left, Sacramento is in a golden position because, as you just said, Fox really hasn't played the way, well, I thought he played well, but he didn't score the way he's accustomed to scoring. He had 8 points. Sabonis is Sabonis. I mean, 13, 8, and 4. You know, the Knicks, to me, look sluggish. They did not play well, and the Kings played very well. I mean, we thought Randall would have a gigantic game against Sacramento. He's only 2 of 9 in that first half. So this is a really good-looking stat sheet. Jalen Brunson, who did play game-time decision, was 19 for the Knicks. Can you imagine if he had not played? The Kings would be up by 40 points right now.
Yes, they would be. And they have no answer, like you said, for Sabonis inside. You know, he's causing fits for Mitchell Robinson, for Randall. That's throwing Randall off a little bit. And that's the first time in a while because Randall's played well traditionally against the Kings.
Well, again, I don't see any blemishes at all in that first half. I thought that was an outstanding first half. You know, a game that's being seen on a national TV, national televised audience. You got the guys at halftime, I'm sure, complimenting what they're seeing in Sacramento. And the other aspect is Memphis won earlier today. They beat Golden State by 21 points. The Warriors continue to be awful on the road, and that's a big win for Memphis. So Sacramento needs to win here to stay tied with the Memphis Grizzlies. But I expect the Knicks to play better in the second half, Ryan, but I don't think they have enough offense to catch Sacramento in this game. I really don't.
Yeah, well, like we've kind of said, Grant, I mean, there's still a lot of upside for Sacramento in the second half. It's not like we're looking at 70% from the three-point line and, you know, they got their guys all fouled out. Sacramento can still improve. I mean, if we're going to say there's any blemishes, it's offensive rebounds. You can't give up 5 offensive rebounds to Josh Hart, 12 in total for the half against the Knicks. But other than that, good, clean first half for the Kings.
If I told you that Fox and Herter would only have 13 points combined at the half, you would say the Kings are losing, and they're not. They're up 69-53.
Exactly. I would tell you the score would be flipped if that was the case.
Yeah. All right. Now, Randall did get hot in that second half the last time they played, and I would expect Randall to play very well. You know, the bench is playing well. There are no negatives here, and well, good, Peter. I'm very. I hope that your recovery is going to go well. Good luck with that. But this is a Knicks team that I think will bounce back. But again, I don't see them making up this type of deficit against Sacramento, considering that Fox has not really gotten going yet.
Yeah, it depends on Brunson. I mean, Randall can get going as well, as we know, but Brunson, he is AB right behind Fox for clutch player when it comes down to the fourth quarter. So they could get it going, but Sacramento, I don't see him letting off the gas at this point with this kind of lead, this type of atmosphere, this type of importance. This seems like a win to me.
I agree with you, 69-53. And again, a good first quarter, outscoring New York by 7 and then outscoring them by 9 in the second quarter. So 69-53. You know, as far as the announcers on TNT, listen, I don't know what else to say. I think Brian Anderson is a great, with a capital G, baseball announcer. He's outstanding. I think he's a great baseball announcer. I think he's a subpar basketball announcer. I don't think he has the energy necessary to be a good NBA announcer. That's just subjective. That's my opinion. A lot of people would disagree with me. The bosses at TNT disagree with me. I'm not a great fan of Stan Van Gundy, but you know, it is what it is. All right. They don't kill me. They really don't. But that's the choice you have tonight. All right. So enjoy the second half.
Hey guys, we're living in a glass house there. I'm just going to put it at that. And on top of that, you know, Brian Anderson and Stan Van Gundy, like you said, they're both low energy. So it makes for a little bit of a, you know, issue.
This is the type of game where you really need a Kevin Harlan in attendance. This is a Kevin
Oh, yeah.
Harlan type of game. You need Kevin
Yeah.
Harlan or even Ian Eagle. Ian would be great at this game.
Yeah.
No doubt. Ian and Kevin would be great at this game. And again, I want people to understand what I'm saying about Brian Anderson. I have
Right.
the utmost respect for him. I know him personally. He's a great person. Okay. That's first and foremost. Again, I could listen to any baseball game that Brian Anderson is doing. He's one of my favorite baseball announcers in America. I put him at the top of the top of the top. Basketball, I put him near the bottom tier. That's just me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is the voice of baseball. When I hear his voice, I think baseball, but
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with the broadcast tonight at all. I'm paying more attention to the game.
absolutely. All right. And I don't have any problem with Bennett's. They are awesome. They got a third location coming soon to Blue Oaks Town Center. They are in Roseville and Sacramento, Eureka and Lead Hill in Roseville, Sacramento on the corner of Howe and Fair Oaks. I love their prime seafood. They have phenomenal steaks. Get the bone-in ribeye. That's tough to beat. The Porterhouse, the New York is phenomenal. They have hanger steak. They got it all for you. And don't forget about the weekend brunch at Bennett's. Again, Roseville and Sacramento, soon to be in Rockland. And remember that the Bennetts are huge Sacramento Kings supporters. All right. Final score, folks. What do you think the final score is going to be in this game? Right now, it is 69-53. Ryan, have you had a chance to come up with a number yet?
I have not, but I'm thinking that we're probably going to be 132 to 111. That's where I'm going. 132, 111.
All right. I got Sacramento winning this game 137 to 119. And the reason why I've got the total that high is because Fox hasn't scored really. I mean,
Okay.
And I think Fox is going to be huge in the second half. I think Herter will pick up his offense, and I think the Kings will almost have 70 on the board. I think they'll duplicate that in the third and fourth quarters. National TV, the crowd's going to be off the hook. I look for Sacramento to put 137 on the board in this game.
Fair. And Grant, let me ask you this. Any concerns about Sabonis with 3?
Yeah, you always have a little bit of a concern with that, but you get 6. And very often you see players that don't end up fouling out when they get 3 fouls in the first half. So it's okay. Again, it's not ideal, but unless the Knicks start making shots, it really won't matter.
This is true. We're getting a lot of scores in. We got 139, 124.
Yep.
We had somebody in the pregame that said 177, 176. I think I'm getting trolled.
Oh my gosh, man, that's funny stuff. Oh my gosh. All right, a win's a win, right? Who cares? Just you're on national TV. Here's what you don't want to do. Don't stink to join up in the second half. That's it. Just go out. And if you play the way you did in the first half, you're going to win this game easily. You're going to win this game easily.
Yeah, and expect the crowd to get into it too in the second half. It's going to get a little bit more exciting on that end. So I think the Kings come out with a big third quarter similar to the other night. This is going to be a big one for them.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be announcing the playoffs on YouTube Live, Gary, but I really appreciate it. I mean, thank you very much. But I will be doing some very neat things for the playoffs, and I will be announcing that in the very near future. So stay tuned. I think you're going to enjoy it. All right. Again, 69-53 at the half. All right. So give me 1 or 2 keys in this second half, Brian. What are you going to look at for the Kings to hold on here and beat the New York Knicks?
I think that you hit the nail on the head about De'Aaron Fox and Herter, but more specifically, I'm not so worried about Fox. I want to see Herter get going because that's going to be tough for the Knicks to defend. Herter's been the hot hand, and when the Kings share the ball, I talked about this in the pregame, they are just a better team all around. 39 assists the other night. If they can do that, that's how they really get this team going. And Herter is the match for that.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't disagree with that. What I want to see is the assist to turnover ratio, okay? Because I thought the Kings in that first half with 18 assists, that jumps out at me. That's outstanding ball movement. That's looking for each other. 7 turnovers, not bad. So I like that assist to turnover ratio. To me, that needs to stay similar in the second half to solidify this win. I think that, again, a Knicks team, good defensive team, that number jumps out at me. 18 assists in the first half, Ryan. That's big time.
Absolutely, and it tells you that Fox is facilitating while he's not scoring. He might not be getting the assist, but the ball is moving around. And if they can maintain that ratio, like you said, I don't see any way that the Kings lose.
Yeah. All right. Really appreciate the donation there, Tyler. Thank you very much. We do appreciate
Thank you.
your support. And let's hope that we are talking about a Sacramento victory here at the end of the game. Hey, don't forget New Works Plumbing, locally owned for over 20 years. They've got a fix for you. Just go to sacserviceplumbing.com or call the number on your screen. Remember, they're available to you 24/7 for all of your plumbing needs and repairs. Call that number or go to sacserviceplumbing.com. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. And don't forget that Ryan and I will be here after the game. We'll wrap it up on the post-game show. So hope you can join us following the contest. Did you like how I kind of made a mistake here on Listen App today when I said, hey, don't forget, Ryan will be doing the pregame and I'll be joining Ryan at halftime and postgame. Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Ryan will be joining me. It's my show. You know what I'm saying?
Boss, I made sure I corrected that in the pregame show. I promise you I did. Go watch it back.
Yeah, we do appreciate it if you hit the like button. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I am not a Reggie Miller fan either, but I do like Kevin Harlan. Hard to beat Kevin's energy. Kevin's a great guy and big time energy and a tremendous person. All right, so 69-53. Keep the scores coming. All right, we do appreciate that. We got one here from John, 127 and 111. Kings light the beam. And Amy checks in, 65% shooting to 35% should equate a bigger lead, don't you think? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Very well said.
Yep.
No question. They should be up by more than they are based on those numbers. So, yes, absolutely. Listen, do I think the Knicks will come out and make a game of this? Yeah, but I don't think they have enough offense to win the game. Does that make sense? I think the Knicks will play better in this third quarter, but I just don't see them having enough offense to beat Sacramento, especially considering that the Kings backcourt has had a very lukewarm game so far.
Yeah, I'm with you, Grant, but she brings up a good point, because what concerns me is the low percentage of shooting, yet the high number of offensive rebounds, which means they're getting the attempts and the shots are ultimately going to fall. So if you nip that in the bud, that's going to make things a little bit better. But it should be a bigger lead at this point. Absolutely.
Yeah, it should, especially with the assist to turnover ratio and everything else. But listen, if I told you before the game started that Sacramento would be leading at the half 69-53, is there anybody that would not have taken that other than Knicks fans?
Nope. I don't think anybody in this chat.
Yeah. And again, you got to remember that Memphis already won. They blew out the Golden State Warriors. So, you got to win to maintain a tie for second place. All right, 150. Wow.
Oh,
sorry, Peter. You can be drowsy. You just had surgery. It's all good. I believe that's the same Peter. No problem, buddy. It's all good. Matt's got 131. Tommy's got 139. So we appreciate all of the people chiming in with their scores. Again, Ryan and I both have Sacramento winning. We don't have anybody picking the Knicks to win this game. Does anyone on the stream think the Knicks are going to come back and win this game?
Yeah, it was either Gabriel or Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
That has the Knicks winning. So,
no, I'm not critical of so many analysts. I was asked a question and I gave my honest opinion. I just complimented Brian Anderson, saying he's one of the best baseball announcers in America. I don't care for his basketball announcing. Is that critical, or is that just being opinionated on how I feel? Not only that, no disrespect to you, but I've studied broadcasting my whole life, and I'm not God when it comes to announcers, but I think I know what the hell I'm talking about. And I am critical of ESPN because I think they have a lot of bad announcers. I think they're actually, for their standard of their network, I think ESPN has a very weak stable of announcers. If you disagree, that's fine. Doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong, or vice versa. How about a difference of opinion, Zach? How about chill that freaking hell out and accept that somebody might have a different opinion than you? Is that okay? Is that all right or no? No, it's not okay? All right.
Depends on who you're asking these days.
There you go. Well, we'll get off the Kings broadcast. All right, we're going to be on after the game right here. We can't wait. Right now, 69-53. They're getting ready to start the second half. Rhino, we'll talk to you in about an hour, my friend.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, good stuff from Ryan in Sacktown. And again, we will be back with you in an hour right here on If You Don't Like That with Grant Napier and Ryan in Sacktown. Bye-bye.